This month's TV Comedy Spotlight features some of the strongest collection of TV comedies that I've seen in quite some time. First up, we have the brilliantly funny Modern Family, the complete first season. And yes, Modern Family is every bit as funny as people are saying it is. So if you haven't watched it yet, but you've been hearing the buzz, you really, 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 really need to watch it because it's absolutely hysterical. Great characters, great cast, characters you can care about and enjoy but also laugh at hysterically. I really can't say enough good things about this show. In fact, it's the type of thing where I would recommend you just go out and buy it. Don't bother renting it, don't download episodes, don't try and watch a sneak preview. Just trust me, it's that good. You will love it. Go out, buy the set, and enjoy the heck out of it because it's really, really funny. The first season actually popular enough. They released it on Blu-ray as well as DVD. Blu-ray looks great. Color saturation is fantastic. Image clarity is good. Surround sound is pretty standard for what you're going to get from a TV comedy, but the shows look really, really good. Special features as well. You get a making of Modern Family, deleted family interviews, which is something they do in the show, kind of these interviews with the characters, real Modern Family moments featurette, and a few extra featurettes called Fizbo the Clown, Before Modern Family, and the Modern Family in Hawaii. You also get deleted and extended and alternate scenes and a gag reel. So for a great show, this is an even better DVD because it comes with tons of extra stuff, and how can you go wrong with wanting more Modern Family? Next up, we have How I Met Your Mother, the complete Season 5. Another show that I love, really funny stuff. Took me a long time to come around to this one, though. I really wasn't a big fan of it for the first few years, and I think it was because I just sort of picked and chose episodes when I was reviewing DVDs rather than kind of sitting down and watching the show. But now that I've gotten to watch it regularly, I love this show. I think the 5th season was hysterical. A lot of good stuff there with Barney and Robin kind of sort of, becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, and then sort of, well, I don't want to tell you what happens, but it's a great season of a great show, and I'm just sorry it took me as long as it did to realize what a great show it is. The cast is hysterical, and every episode is funny. There hasn't been a bad episode yet. Unfortunately not released on Blu-ray this time around like the 4th season one, but the DVD does include special features such as bloopers, music videos, the making of Super Date, the Wedding Bride trailer, which is fantastic. It's a great episode. It's the extended version of the Wedding Bride trailer, different from the one that was seen in the episode. Behind the scenes of the 100th episode, and then of course a series recap so you can catch up on what you've been missing so far. Then we have 2.5 Men, the complete 7th season. Now, 2.5 Men, well, at this point they should really just call it 3 Men, although I guess that's not as catchy, is a good show. It's funny enough. It's just not one of those shows that really ever makes me feel like I have to watch it every week. Charlie Sheen and John Cryer, both actors I enjoy. They're both funny on this show. I do find that it's funny that a lot of the jokes in the show are kind of revolve around sex. I have no problem with that. I just think it's funny for as popular as it is and how much it's considered sort of a family comedy, something that a lot of people of different ages watch. It's a little bit raunchy from time to time, but again, that's not a bad thing. So the complete 7th season on DVD. Special features include a Charlie Harper X reunion, where Charlie's ex-girlfriends talk about him, and a gag reel. So not too much in the way of extra features, but I think there's so many fans of this show out there, they probably won't care all that much. Then we have the Mad About You, the complete 5th season. And this is, I like Mad About You quite a bit. I always enjoy the show. I really like Paul Reiser. I really like Helen Hunt. I like Hank Azaria. It's a great cast. This is definitely the show sort of starting to go a little bit downhill. And I don't mean that to say that it's bad. It's not bad. It's not like the season was terrible, but it doesn't really live up to the quality of the first few seasons. I think the first 3 seasons of Mad About You were really some of the best stuff the show did. And then after that, it sort of started to get they tried to get a little dramatic at times, and while that's certainly laudable, it didn't always work. Still, that being said, I enjoyed more episodes than I didn't, and I laughed more often than I did not. So that's got to be worth something. It's a 4-disc set, all 24 episodes from Season 5, and aside from guest appearances from people like Carol Burnett and Mel Brooks, there are no extra features at all. Next up, we have Blue Mountain State, Season 1. Now, for those of you who are scratching your heads, rest assured I was too. Before this disc came across my desk, I had never heard of Blue Mountain State. It is a Spike TV original sitcom, and if you think the fact that it's on Spike means it's super raunchy and over the top, you are correct. However, unlike other super raunchy over-the-top shows that I've watched recently, like The League and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Blue Mountain State is actually funny. That being said, it makes me ashamed to watch it. It's it's funny, but tries so hard to be Spike TV material that there are times where I do shake my head and go, that's a bit much. There is a scene at the end of the second season that pushes the boundaries of good taste well beyond what I'm comfortable with. Not the second season, the second episode. But, that being said, I have to admit, I kept watching because I liked the show enough that I wanted to watch more of it. It's pretty funny. It's just a bit much at times, but it is a good time to watch. So if you're in the Spike TV audience and you know who you are out there, then you'll probably like this show. It also looks really good on Blu-ray. Again, the surround sound is kind of what you expect from a TV show, but the Blu-ray looks fantastic. The colors are amazing. The widescreen looks great for the show, and the image clarity is super top-notch. There are a couple moments of some artifacting in the darker scenes and a little excessive grain from time to time, but overall it looks pretty good. Special features include a collection of outtakes and deleted scenes, a locker room rewind, Making the Squad, the cheerleading of BMS featurette, and that is a pretty nice one. So, that's what you get from Blue Mountain State. If you haven't seen it and you like that kind of stuff, I definitely recommend you check it out. Next up, we have Night Court, the complete 4th season. This is one of the Warner Archive exclusives, meaning you can only order it online from the Warner Archive. You can find that website address up above in the notes that accompany this review. And what you get here, 22 episodes on 4 discs, no extra features, but you do get what I consider the best of Night Court. This is a show that ran almost a decade, and it really was pretty funny for almost every season except for the last couple. But around season 4, it really became the Night Court that everyone knew and loved, and that's because they got Marsha Warfield to join the cast as Roz. Not that I think Marsha Warfield is kind of the best part about the show. She's not, but at that point they really cemented the cast, and it stayed pretty much the same through the rest of the show. And this was the point at which the show just gelled completely. Everybody's firing on all cylinders, and the show is hysterical. So, if you remember Night Court fondly like I do, I definitely recommend picking this one up from the Warner Archive. Next up, we have The Facts of Life, the complete 5th season. Now we're getting pretty late into the show's run. Like many sitcoms, it's not quite as good in its 5th season as it was in its earlier seasons, but it's still fun. The show has aged quite a bit. It doesn't necessarily hold up the way that it used to. I don't watch the show with the same sense of affection and reverence that I did when I was a kid and it was on TV. But it's fun to go back and revisit. It's fun to go watch, Blair and Tootie and Joe and Natalie and, Mrs. G. And, it's fun, but it's cheesy. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to this show. It's not the type of sitcom that really kind of stands up to the test of time. But I know a lot of people out there love it. I love it, just in a different way than I love shows like Modern Family. So that is a Shout Factory exclusive, and it includes all 26 original episodes from Season 5, but no extra features. Next up, we have The Mary Tyler Moore Show, the complete 7th season, and that is the final season. This is a 3-disc set. It gives you all 24 episodes and includes the final curtain call from the last show, which is kind of a big deal. The Mary Tyler Moore Show, nowadays it's easy for younger audiences to have no clue what it was, but you have to realize it was a groundbreaking, award-winning, extremely popular show that was well-loved by many, many people. And it's easy to see why. Even the 7th season, it's still a smart show. It's well-written. The cast is terrific. Mary Tyler Moore is terrific. There's really nothing bad I can say about the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's not necessarily the type of thing I'm going to recommend a 19-year-old go out and pick up, but if you've been buying these DVDs as they come out, I think you kind of have to complete your collection, because it's a fantastic show, and it really holds up well, I think, much better than The Facts of Life did, for example. Finally, we have All in the Family Season 7. 25 episodes from the 7th season on 3 DVDs. Again, no extra features, but again, another kind of classic show. And again, from Shout Factory, who really is kind of mining some sitcom gold. I was never the biggest All in the Family fan in the world, but I certainly recognize its achievements. I recognize how popular it was, and I can enjoy watching it, even if it's not my favorite show. I don't have any problems with it, per se. It never quite fired on all cylinders for me. That being said, I certainly enjoyed watching it. I don't have that kind of nostalgia factor. It wasn't a show I watched growing up, so I can kind of watch it now and sort of rediscover the quality of the show. And sometimes it does make me laugh quite a bit, and other times not as much. But again, this show isn't being put on DVD for people like me. This is for people who remember the show fondly from its original run. And if you're one of those people, it's a great DVD set. Even if there are no extra features, it's still really the best way that you can go back and watch some of the beloved shows from, back in the past.